Hello, I think I'm live. Welcome back. This is part 9 of the Let's Make the Legend of Zelda, originally from the NES, legendary game, my favorite game of all times. And what I'm doing here is I've been remaking it in 3D, right? I'm using Unity, and for the last month, it's been a month now that I've been working on this game on, my spare time after work, on weekends. And I eventually want to get to the finished game, right? So right now I'm replicating the outside world, the overworld. When I finish that, I'm going to start working on the dungeons, which in itself is going to be, if not another half of the game, more than that. So it's going to take a while, but it's been interesting to be streaming some of the progress. I'm not streaming 100% of the whole thing I'm doing because this takes hundreds, if not thousands of hours. But in here, you can see a summary of the progress I've been making, where I'm at. And tonight I'm going to be working on some of the loot. So last time, what I showed you guys, I was working on the enemy AI, and I finished that. So I want to show you first, if it's the first time you've been in this stream, let me show you very quickly what I've done. So as you can see, I have the overworld completed. So if you're familiar with this map, which I hope you are, because one of the most beautiful maps ever created, it's all there. So all the castles, all the dungeons, all the lakes, all the forests and caves, the waterfalls in the distance, the desert. We have here the shore. They have here level 2, Death Mountain, the fairy fountains, and so on and so forth. All that is there, right? So we have the Armos guarding the forest, the Armos guarding level 2, and where I've been working here on the desert because it's probably the most open space that I could find in the game. So let me show you what I have, because I did quite a bit of progress since the last stream. So I'm going to activate these test enemies. Look at them. All these enemies are the enemies that are found in the outside world. So for now, this is all the enemies that I'm going to be creating. Once I start working on the dungeons, I'm going to start working on the bosses and all the enemies that are only found within dungeons, but that's much later, right? Last time I was working on giving each of these individual enemies an intelligence, just kind of like telling them how to behave by observing the original game, how they work, how they move, when they attack, what kind of patterns they follow, and I replicated that as best as I could. I will tweak them in the future. Right now, I'm going for the broad strokes. I just want to make them functional. And so let me just play the game so you can see what I'm talking about. So let me go into game view. It's a little bit small. Let me increase the size. Yep. So that's Link, modeled after the Amiibo 3D loot Link. And as you can see, we have the tech ties jumping around. Oh, was attacked, so I was going to show you that later. But yeah, I also did when you get hurt, the frames where Link just flashes in different colors and just push back by the enemy that he touches. And not only that, I was able to do that for the enemies as well. So when I hit them, the sword can be shoot. So if I hit Lionel, he's gonna take the hit like a champion. And then on top of that, when you kill them, I added this effect where they're destroyed into the voxels they're made of. So they kind of like explode. This one explode into the correct voxels, very dramatic fashion. I really like that effect, and I found this effect in a game called 3D Heroes. I really like that effect because these enemies are made of voxels, right? A voxel is a cube that is a three-dimensional space of the pixel. So yeah, so essentially all the enemies have now the pushback effect, the pallet cycle when you hit them. They take the correct amount of hits as far as I could research. For example, Genie takes 9 hits of the wooden sword, which is the one I have right now. I'm about to die. I think I have 10 hit points at the moment. So when I receive enough hits, Link just disappears right now. So I've been receiving hits left and right, just showing you how this works. So I might die not I'm dead. Yeah, so not very ceremonial. Link just disappears, and that's what happens right now. So I'm pretty happy because I was able to replicate the palette swaps that happens when Link gets hurt, when you hurt another enemy. You know, the pushback back and forth. Like when Link gets hurt, it's pushback, and the enemies as well. They're pushed back from the angle that they received the hit from. What I haven't implemented yet is the invincibility frames. So what's that? It means that when you get hit, there's a couple 1 second, I would say 1 second, in which while you're flashing you cannot get hit again, because as it is right now I can just get hit constantly and I can get bashed and killed very quickly if I'm very unlucky. And the same for the enemies. I can just, because you know the sword, it has no limit at the moment, which I need to add that later. So right now the sword works as a machine gun. As you can see, there's I can shoot as many projectiles as I want and just be like a Terminator. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it's kind of fun, but in the final game, I need to fix that because you will be a little bit overpowered. In the original game, Link can shoot one sword beam only when he has full hearts, and only one at a time. So you have to wait till the beam that you shot is disappear, like it hit the wall, it hit an enemy or whatever, and then I mean you can still thrust the sword. You can hit with the sword, but not with the energy beam. So yeah, that's something that I might have to tweak later. That I will have to tweak later. Also, my shield doesn't work. Normally, the shield would stop any rocks or arrows, the little shield that I have right now, from the moblins and from the octorocks, but right now it doesn't work, so I need to implement that. So yeah, there's many things to be to be done, right? It's just still early on. Even though it seems like I've done a lot of progress, I think I still have quite a bit of things to do. And tonight, I was looking for information. What do I do next? What I've been doing as well, one thing that I've been doing as well is working on the spawning zones. For example, there are different enemies depending on where you're at. In the forest, you'll find moblins, you'll find octoroks. In the desert, you'll find the levers. In the graveyard, you'll find the genie, the ghost, so on and so forth. And Zora, which is an enemy that you couldn't see here because Zora is the enemy in the water. So I have implemented him as well. So you just have to walk to a water body. Okay, let's just go there. And also, I was able to pair and use 8-bit DO. So I want to try and play with it. I'm gonna have to fix some of the control. Oops, I might need to charge this thing. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so look, I'm playing with it. I'm gonna look for Zora. I got killed. Yeah, it's too many enemies right now. Just there, just at the at the desert place. Man, I should probably make myself invincible while I'm testing this thing. Also, somebody with really good eyes noticed that the shadows from the enemies have some holes in them. And he's exactly right. So as you can see, the modeling shadow, yeah, this is also something weird with the physics, with the gravity. I fall really slowly. I need to fix that. Anyway, so there is Zora. And he also shoots. He also shoots, so I need to shoot back. Damn it. Um, But yeah, he also has the same voxel effect. So he explodes. And also something cool that I accidentally made is that your sword beam and his energy beam can clash and cancel each other. You need some good. Yeah, Lynx can walk on the water right now. I need to fix that at some point because right now he's like Jesus Christ. He's walking on water. Nice. So the shadows here are kind of weird, so I need to fix that. So yeah, man, every time I play, it's like I get excited, but also realize how much work I have left. But it's okay. This is part of the process. The journey is the fun here because, guys, like I said before, unfortunately, as much as it pains me, once I finish this, because I will finish it, I will not be able to release it for obvious reasons, right? If you're not aware, Nintendo is very aggressive defending their IPs, and rightfully so. So this game, as soon as I put it out there for you guys, I'm gonna get in trouble. It's gonna get taken down, and that's the best case scenario. So this is what I'm gonna be able to offer you like the journey to get to the game, and then at the very end, I'll just make like a full let's play for the whole game. I don't know when that's gonna be, but that's my plan. Maybe if Nintendo one day change their standards and like some people at the very top decide that it's okay for fan tributes to be out there, I'll put it out there for free. No worries. Okay, so where I was, what are we gonna work on today? I found this chart. Thankfully, this is a game that is very well understood now because a lot of fans. This is what I understand is the loot table. So there's one, two, three, four, five types of enemies. And so the important ones would be A, B, C, and D. And then you have here A, B, C, and D, right? So my understanding, and I probably need to have a second read about all these, right? Enemies in the A group, these guys can drop these items, right? The single rupee, heart, fairy. And B group can give you the bomb, the watch, the clock, and C can give you the 5 rupees. Looking at this table is that you realize how rare the 5 rupee is. It's just from these selected enemies, these guys right here, mostly from dungeon enemies. This is outdoor, outdoor, dungeon, dungeon, outdoor, dungeon, 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 dungeon. So wow, man, I could swear that I've gotten rupees from Octoroks, like green, blue rupees from Octoroks, but I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna try to believe these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the rupees. I'm gonna make the bomb. I'm gonna make the heart. Depending how much time I have, I'll try to start making the enemies drop them as well when they get killed. Let's start with the single rupee. And the thing with the okay, no, let's do the five rupee because the single rupee in the original game is essentially this rupee and the blue rupee kind of like transitioning back and forth. The palette is transitioning back and forth. So yes, and how have I been making all these models? I'm using Magika Voxel, which is a free software, and it's great. It's great. So I have been implementing everything here. So you have the arrows, you have, let me show you, for example, the enemies might be more interesting. So it's genies right there. I have the moblins, all of them, in different transitions in their walking cycle, things like that. Yeah, so now I'm gonna start a new category of things, which I'm gonna call loot. So, moblins, I'm gonna put it in Zelda. Hmm, not here, not here, but I'm gonna make a new, let's see, ammo, arrow, it could be anything really. I'm gonna make a copy of sword, wood, let's make a copy, and then let's call it rupee loot, and I'm gonna save it in a new place. So Zelda, new folder, I'm putting loot, and then inside loot I'm gonna put rupees. Rupees. How do you spell rupee? R-U-P-S. Like that? Rupees, I think. Okay, and then this is gonna be the rupee books, but I need to modify all this. Let's see. Let's see. So I need to have a closer look at the blue rupee. Start counting pixels. Yeah, this is where you go into your Zen and start counting pixels and just let it go. This is where I need to start putting some like background music to these streams. And let's see. So let's start with 16 by 16 by 16. Clear it all. And I'm just gonna attach something here. Try to find where I was. Loot rupees. Yes. Clear. And the good thing is I have the palette already here. So all the colors that I'm probably gonna need are here already. I already sourced them from Photoshop. I got the RGB correct, so I'm trying to be as thorough as I can. All right, let's start by the two-dimensional shape. So this blue looks different because it's from a different site. So I'm just gonna try and use this one. And I'm gonna start attaching. So it's like two at the bottom, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing here, and then you just go all the way up. I need to count how many, and then you have one here, and then you have black, white, 1, 2, 3, one here. I'm getting better and better at counting pixels just by a quick glance, but sometimes I do really need to make sure I'm counting correctly. Let's see. So this is the tricky part. How many pixels are from here to here? It seems like 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So it's 8 blue pixels here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, the rupee is kind of huge. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's 6, isn't it? It's only 6. This is 3, that's 3. Okay, I think it's only 6. Erase. Here, 6. And then white. T shape. And then some like stairs pattern here, connecting down here, connecting here, connecting here. Go back to blue. Right, and then there's blue here. And then this side is all blue. So blue like this. And then I need to use some blacks. 1, 2, all the way down. 1, 2. That's all the black I needed. The rest is all blue. Easy. Okay, this wasn't difficult at all. Good. Now, what is difficult is give it the three-dimensionality, right? The depth. So the way I've been approaching these models, when obviously I can only see them in two dimensions in the game, but then I have to give them depth. So in this case, for example, I just kind of literally copy paste into themselves and extrude them one more time, and one more time, maybe one here on the back, and now maybe one more. Paste. Ooh, that's a very chunky rupee right there. Maybe not so much. Because I need to give it now like the shape of a crystal. So I'm just gonna do one more. I think I changed my mind again. Yes, that's fine. Okay, and then the next step would be to start uh, shading the corners. Your erase tool, I can start by taking some from the top, like this, leaving some stairs, the effect of some stairs like that. Maybe erase this one, erase this one, erase this one, erase this one. When I erase all this all the way down, all the way down, a bit more. I think all the way, no, yeah, all the way down. Do the same on the other side, like so. And in fact, I might need to do one more. Bear with me. I know it might look weird for a while, but I think it's gonna work. And if not, we can just kind of fix it. No worries. Fear not. This is part of the process. Okay, now let's do the other side. Similarly, we're going to remove this and this. Let's see. So 1, 2. So I took this. I took this. Now I took this 2 like that. That's not even no. No. What I do here? Wait. And this. Need to remove this, like I did on the other side. But the other side is just one column, so I'm gonna put it there, like so. All right, and I like this. Now the bottom need to do the same. What I do? So I left only these. And I'm gonna delete like this, something like that. Yep. How's that? Let me a little bit more roundness here. I need to delete this. And same in the back. I think this rope is gonna be kind of huge, but it's okay. I'll figure it out once it's in there. What if I take this corner here? How's it look? Yeah, it looks better. Okay, so I need to take this corner here and here too. And do I shave a bit more? That's okay. I think that's good. I think that might be good. Front's a little bit thick, but the problem is that if I start taking, it's not gonna be even. Yeah, that's fine. Nice. So we have a blue rupee. Now, what I like to do is kind of like remove all these gaps, so make it really tight. So it's already all the way down. So I'm gonna start removing the unnecessary space, because then that helps me once I bring it over to Unity. And 8. So I can probably move a little bit more. So how about 6? 6. Yep. And move it a little bit to the front. 5. Wait. I know. I don't know. I think I want to give a little bit more three-dimensionality. I just need one more row. Let me see. Let me try something. Here at the front, I'm just gonna do an extra layer. An extra layer like that. Like the black and white is kind of. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess people will know what this is. Will know what this is. Alright, I'm gonna go with this. Look, if it doesn't look good in the game, I can change it later. But I think it's okay. It meets our purpose right now. Can save that, and then the same on the sides. Maybe 10, maybe 8. The correct size, and the height maybe 15. Yep, perfect. So now it's really nice and tight. There's no empty space, and that's gonna help me to place it in the world correctly. So that's the blue rupee. Now I'm gonna do the yellow rupee, the single rupee. So duplicate, uh, yellow, save. And this would be, looks like it's like the orange color, right? So I'm gonna paint it the blue for the orange. So is that, or this one? I think it's the same. This one is not. No, that's not it. This one is the same as just before. That looks darker. I think this is better. Yeah, yeah, 'cause it's like a bit brighter, right? Like shining like a rupee. Okay, there you go. Shall I make shall I make the hearts and everything? Let's do the hearts and the bombs. Let's do that tonight. Find this relaxing. After last time was coding the AI, so that was a little bit of coding. So now it's going to the artistic part of game development. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate that. I'm gonna see heart, save it in loot, new folder, heart, save here. And the heart is half the size of the rupee, so maybe it's gonna be like an 8. It already has like a shape of a heart. Let me put that just while I work. The whole thing is red, so that helps. Paint it red. Whole thing is gonna be red. Yeah, and now the top, need to give it some nice roundness to it. So I'm thinking it's gotta be that. Wait, I mean, I'll fix it. I find it easier shaving later than shaving parts of it later. Nope. This is here, 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 here. Hmm. Is it wider than the? No, it's the same. It's the same. I just need to make sure that it's shaped like hearts. Okay, so I'm gonna cut. There's some uneven. So no, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Seriously? And how high is one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. My heart's way taller. So it's not the right measurements. What do I do? What do I do? I want to make it similar to the game. So look, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. Yeah, it's probably, yeah, whatever. Clear. Let's go. Let's do this. Attach. Starting with the back. And this unevenness. Nope. The unevenness. So 9. Over here. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4. And then seems like this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And like this. And then space. And then 2. And then a step. And then just connect down. Yeah. That's it. Okay. So that's the two-dimensional representation of it. I don't quite love it. I'm just gonna add some licenses here. Artistic licenses. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, after all, why not? Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Same deal. I'm gonna replicate it in the z-axis. Should I do one more? Yeah, let's do one more. Now it's a bit too wide. This might be enough. Right. And now we start sculpting the heart. Let's leave that. Mm, 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 mm. I don't like the top. I'll try again this part. I need this. Maybe like a little tip. Okay. Oof, this is a bit trickier because the heart has like too much roundness to it. So, okay, I'm just gonna do one half and then I'll just copy paste on the other side. So, okay, this one is surprisingly tricky. Doesn't really look like a heart. I'm going to the same in the back. Let's see. So, I'm gonna flip this half. Hang on, I need more space. See the grid, almost gonna help me. Paste and flip in X. I put like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, I need to keep working on it. It's not, doesn't look like a heart. Nope. Something here, something around here. Damn. And then I need to, no, I definitely need to erase that. Man, how am I gonna do this? It's, do I need to cut it more? Do I make it wider? I do. I don't, I don't, it doesn't look like a heart at all. Uh, okay, what if I don't make it that tall? Let me get rid of this and just cut from here. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. That's very so. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, don't know. I feel like I need to make it thicker. I need more space. Okay, one more time. Let's see. And then Oh, okay, tiny bit better. What if I erase this? Ah, okay. Okay, kinda looks like a heart now. Kinda, what do you think? Am I being too generous with my own work? This, like that. Shave a little bit in front. This side too. And maybe I need to give like an extra layer on the front, just for good measure. Touch. Oof. I mean, the front might be okay, but the back's not. So let me delete the back, and I need more space on the back. Man, this is hard. It's weird. It's weirdly complicated. I didn't think it was gonna. Ah, no way. Not the end of the world. Flipping Z? No. Y. Tick. Mm, so here, 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 here. That's not too bad. That's okay, I guess. I mean, I cannot do much more on the top. How's that? Is that a heart? Let me remove the grid. Man, the original one doesn't have these little horns up here, so I'm gonna erase them. It's really just kind of flat and square, so. Oh my God, I don't love it. I'm gonna be honest, I do not love it, but it might just have to do. Now, it's quite thick, but it's okay because if I make it too small, then it's not gonna. Look, I'm gonna leave it at that. If once in the game doesn't look right, I can continue modifying later. So for now, I'm not gonna be all super anal about it. Nope. Nope. And I just need to make a tight little chamber for this heart to be. The top. Yep. Okay, look. It's not perfect. It's not my best creation, but that'll do for now. That'll do for now. How can I make it better though? I'm sure it's possible. I'll try again later, but I don't want to bore you guys with the details. Let's move on to the next, which is gonna be the bomb. Loot. Nope. This goes here. Can I move it? I cannot. Uh, right. So I finder. Move it to loot. Right. And then here. Bomb. Let's have a look at the bomb. What are we working with? Okay, so it's as high as the rupee. So I'm gonna copy the rupee itself to start. I already have here. Loot. Bomb. Bomb. All right. Yes. Clear. And let's go. So this one is a dark blue. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And step up. And one more time, like that. And that's it. And then on this side, it just keeps going 2. And then on a stair kind of pattern, closes horizontally. And it's just like this. And then close here. And now I need some light blue. The same palette as Lionel and the blue Octorok. Okay, like that. And now the wick comes all the way from here. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. There you go. That's our bomb. That's our bomb right there. Now that's our two-dimensional bomb. Now we have to keep doing what we have been doing during this stream, which is keep it depth. So bring it to the center. Mm-hmm. Has to be like a sphere. So I want it to be a little bit chunky. One more. There. Okay, this one I'm gonna have to shave quite a bit. Race, grid, show me the grid, please. Okay, so that's 3, that's 2, that's 2, just like that, and then that's here, one more time. And this, the whole thing has to go. Whole, this side has to go. This one's still a bit too big for my liking. Yeah, this probably has to be like that. But it's a sphere, so maybe not. Okay, that's symmetrical. It is kind of, not perfectly so, but I need to maybe that. Right, and then here I'm gonna do this pattern. That the side of the wick. The wick itself is huge, so it doesn't need to be this big. It's gonna be just like 2 block, maybe like so. Kind of like curves towards the front. Yeah, okay. And keep deleting stuff. This. So like this. Still not very round here. So S4, S4, S3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not okay. I need to put back one. No, it's too thick. Way too thick. It's not really round. No, no, wait. I need to keep cutting a little bit from here. Same here. So all this column goes. And this one. And a pattern is like where? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oof, what's happening? So oh, because it's not symmetrical number of pixels. So I am kinda not making a perfect sphere right here. The bottom is kinda not round at all. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Here, look round. Kind of. Okay, now this part. Okay. That. Quite irregular. I'm not convinced yet. Nope. No. Whoops. Mm, even here, well, the bottom. Let's see, that's symmetrical pretty much. Not 100%. In this side, this is here. Yeah, but I'd rather without. Without, so this time to without. And that's that. This is not symmetrical either. The other side has another block here, right? Yes, let me try, see what it looks. If I remove this both, and then in the back I remove this one too. Yeah, at least it's the same pattern now, front and back. Let me see it from this end. The top's kind of weird. Maybe the top doesn't need this part, this little bit. Oh no, okay, it does need that one. This one. Remove this. This. And I remove this. That All looks okay. How's that? What if I attach the white dot here? This is kind of important. Nah, nah, yeah. What if I go ahead and really remove this too? Nah, it looks kind of uneven. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm gonna paint these two blocks. Maybe these two blocks as well. Yeah, let's leave them. Okay, how's that? The week might be kind of weird, so what if I erase this whole, just leave it like that. Yeah, yeah, that could work. That's gonna be our bomb. Done, that's gonna be our bomb, guys. So let's do it, let's go. 14, it's using all of it, so great. Okay, now we have a bomb. Shall okay, look, I mean, I would need to do the fairy and the clock and all that, but let me start bringing all this to Unity and see if we can make one enemy drop a rupee and maybe call it a night, because that would be a breakthrough that we can move forward. Right. So the next step is to start exporting all these assets. So we're gonna start with the blue rupee, related, loot, rupees, and then the yellow one, and same folder. Go back to the bomb, export, loot, no, loot, and the heart. This heart, I'm not convinced, but look, for now, I'm just gonna leave it like that. See what happens. If it doesn't look right, we can change it later. Watch that heart goes to the final production build. Yeah, well, it's too small to work with. It's too small and too round. Heart. Okay, I'm gonna work with those for now. And then all our exports, I need to bring them into my Magika prefabs. So same idea, I need to make a folder called loot. And then inside, I want to make 3 folders. Rupees. Bomb. Heart. Right. So heart. That's need to go to the export, Zelda, loot, bomb, and I need all these 3 files. One is the color, the palette, and the geometry and the material and all the good stuff. And the heart, put it here. And finally, rupees. They're going to one same folder. That will be okay. It's not just 2 of them. Didn't work. Once again. Right. Okay. Now let's see how they will look in the world. So let's see how big and how out of place they might look. So let's see a bomb. With a sound effect, Link has placed a bomb. That's actually not bad. It's good size. I mean, it's huge compared to Link, right? But it's a good size. You can tell. You can tell what it is. You know what? It's rotated. It's I know what's going on. Okay. Yeah, I always forget to do this. So Magica kind of like starts by the default is turn. So okay, the heart's not a problem, but the bomb, I'm gonna flip it in. Nope. X and save and export again. Yep. And the rupees, similarly, I'm gonna flip it. Nope. In X, save, export the rupee and rupee yellow, flip in X, save, export the rupees. Good. So, okay, and I have to bring them over again. I know I could flip them in Unity, but I rather just to bring it already in the right orientation. So it's okay. It's not a big deal. Just need to import again, which essentially is just drag and drop. Drag and drop this new rupees to my folder. And my bomb to here. Yep. Okay, let's try again. So the bomb, when Link places it, yeah. Now the wick is on the right, on the right side of it, right? It's always on the right side. How's it look? Looks okay. I like it. Now let's see. How about the blue rupee? It's huge, but they're quite big in the game. It's okay. That way you won't miss it. It's a little bit big, but it's okay. Sizes we can change easy later. And the heart, it looks like so. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with default sizes. The rupee could be maybe smaller. Maybe the bomb could be bigger, but it's okay. It's okay. I like it. I like it. All right, now I need to make a prefab out of all of them and a proper prefab. So prefabs, once again, loot doesn't need to be capital. And inside loot, not arrow, rupees, rupees, heart, bomb. Then, okay, so the bomb. Let's see. What if I make it 1.2? It's a bit bigger. The heart too. Maybe the heart needs to be a bit bigger. If I'm changing sizes already. 1.1, 0.2, same size. Yeah, it's okay, right? And the rupee doesn't look obscenely big anymore. Okay, the heart. How about 1.1? 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.1. Okay. Bomb 1.2. It looks more dramatic, more powerful. And the rupee is fine like that, I think. All right, and now place at origin, so it's gonna disappear from this view, but it's okay. Place at origin and import prefab, actual prefabs. Bomb, rupees, heart, and I'm missing the other rupee. The rupee yellow. Is it yellow? It's more like orange. For in the world. Okay, and the rupees we said it was going to be the same size as the default. So that's good. And rupee yellow here. Got it. Nice. Now, how are we going to get an enemy to drop something when they get killed? Well, I'll start coding again. You can never escape from that, but it's alright. So the first thing is I'm gonna modify my enemy mapping. So right now enemies have a name, have a base HP, has a base damage, projectile prefab, so what they shoot or they do, so the enemies that actually shoot something, and the damage they yield to the player. So, um, so possible loot, public game object, rupee, blue, prefab, public, yellow. Is it yellow? Should I be calling yellow? Yellow, uh, prefab, heart. Okay, I'm gonna work on the Octorok because I don't know why the Octorok is kind of like my first go-to enemy to start modifying. So Unity is compiling. Give it a moment. Okay, so let's go back to our enemies. Enemies. Octorok. Red Octorok. Right. The red Octorok has an enemy mapping. Enemy script. That's not it. Octorok. Select either. Let me just check my enemy. Enemy mapping, HP enemy mapping. So enemy has enemy mapping base HP. There you go. So imagining that this one is an enemy, when they die, drop loot. So right now I'm just gonna make it that it just always drop a rupee when I kill it. Yep. So void drop loot. Um, game object. Loot. Destroy cannot from loot. Gonna be, let's see, enemy mapping, awake. Load. Enemy die. On collision, explode. It's because it's in the enemy AI, I don't know where I put it. So the rock. Let me have this one handy here. Shoot. I'm looking for shoot. Shoot cycle. Shoot. Shoot is instantiate project prefab. And project prefab is not from enemy mapping. Got it. So what I need to okay, let me try something. I'm just gonna make a default for now. Default rupee, right? So I need a Game object. Uh, mhm, mhm, mhm. See. Projectile prefab instantiates coming from here. Enemy mapping. Okay, I'm not gonna put in the enemy mapping for now. I'm just gonna put it here. Game object blue rupee. Right. And I don't. So I just need to assign that to the Octorock. Enemies, no here, Octorock red. Octorock red. Blue rupee. We have here. In my prefabs, I just made the prefabs of the rupees. Loot. Rupee blue. Okay. Drop loot. So when it gets killed, you're going to instantiate it. Blue rupee. Did I call it there? Blue rupee, and it should be B. For convention, it should be lowercase b. Blue rupee. So what do you want to instantiate? Where do you want to instantiate? Transform. This means at the position where the enemy was. And then you have to give a third argument, which is a rotation, which is a transform, rotation, but the rotation by default of the rupee, which is the quaternion identity. The rupee, so that's only gonna work right now with the Octorock red. Octorock red, and I need to assign again rupee blue. Let me see if that works. If that works, that's progress, right? I might have to fix some of my code before it runs. No, it's working. Okay, where is okay, this guy. Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Ah, too much. This guy. Crap. What happened? An error. Unassign reference exception. Ah, okay, yeah, because I have only assigned it to the. So I should not kill anybody else. Just the red Octorok. So I gotta be careful. I think that's what happened. I killed something else. You! There you go! Okay, so that works. I need to hunt for another. This guy. There you go. And the rupee is facing. Should the rupee be facing Link? What do you think? Like wherever I am. Otherwise, kind of can be in a weird angle. That should be fairly easy to do because I already have a script already made for the Zora, which is a billboarding. So that means it's always going to be facing Link. So what I need to do is just add that player transform. Zora, for example, in Zora, enemies, player transform, no. Okay, so it might not be necessary yet. So let me try again. Okay, so let's see if the rupee faces me all the time. Once again, need to kill just. Oh my god, it's such a. Okay, guys, it's too many enemies. Too many enemies. I can't work like this. I cannot. So I'm gonna disable some of them. Let's test. Oval green. Just gonna leave the octo rocks. Liner, lever, moblin, lever. Everybody else, take a break. It's like a blue one over there. Hey, let's see. Should be better to work with. Let's try again. Take that. Is the rupee facing link? It is not. I need to fix that. However, it works. So let's okay, so that's the rupees working. Now what if I want them to drop? You know, I need to randomize these things later, right? So right now it's just see blue rupee. It could be the bomb too, right? So bomb 35. And you know what else is something I need to do? Is like the single rupee. That one only has it's not orange always. In the original game, it flickers between blue and yellow, so I need to do that effect too. So yellow rupee. Okay, it's yellow rupee from here on. It should be orange, but whatever. It's gonna be called yellow rupee behind the scenes. I can do that. So let me see if I can fix the yellow rupee by adding my trusty animator, simple frame animator, and essentially it's gonna be just the two rupees cycling back and forth. And it has to be the model from Magika, the one that we just made. And in loot, and then you're gonna have rupee yellow. Not a mesh, I need a mesh. Only the mesh, rupee yellow, like this. 4 frames per second. Yeah, I guess that should be okay. And let's see what happens. Okay, that's that. And also what I need to do is assign the rupees and the bombs. Uh, bomb here. Bomb prefab. And the yellow rupee. Now, let me just hardcode the yellow rupee to make sure that, that it works, like the effect I wanted to give it. Right. So, oh, it's kind of okay. Now it's facing me, so the billboarding is working, but it's not cycling the messages. Why? There. Also, I cannot touch them, right? Like it link cannot. I need to program that behavior too. Mm, okay, what's going on? Why is it not flickering? Let's see. Let's see what's up. If I, for example, the sword beam, no, sword beam, I have added, I know as well. I put it in the wrong place. So rupee yellow. This simple frame animator needs to be in the default, not in the actual prefab. Let's see. Let me try again. This should work. Hey, there you go. How's that? Now that the rope is kind of facing me all the time, I'm not sure if I love it. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Should I make the rupee face me? Like in the game doesn't really do that. And I need to make it flash quicker. Okay, so I'm gonna disable the billboarding effect. I don't really like it following me. I think it's not necessary. Rupee yellow. So no billboarding, and and the for it to be faster, I need to increase the frames per second. Yeah, how about, I don't know, 16 frames per second? It'll flicker more often, right? Let's see. Ah, you know what? Let's have a quick look at the video on YouTube. How they look, how fast it looks in let's see. So Zelda NES, I don't know, playthrough. Hopefully somebody has a straightforward one. Yeah, this is good. Let's see. Not ads, please. Come on, work with me. So Link is gonna start the adventure. Wait, you know where? Because this guy kind of goes through the. Here you're gonna see the rupee. Oh, and the heart also flickers blue and check it out. I forgot about that. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. How many frames per second would that be? God, man, this is tricky. See the little details, but it's okay. Little details is what I'm gonna be doing later when everything works and I'm coming back and add all these little details like the fine strokes. Right now it's broad strokes. One more time, just one more time. I need to make this intro. This intro is freaking epic. The music, the way man, I can't believe this game was made almost next year's gonna be 40 years ago. And in Japan, it was released, 1 year before that. So god damn it, 40 years ago. Mm, It's not overly fast. So I think it's less than what I said it just now. So this is too much. This is almost like seizure inducing kind of speed. So I'm just gonna decrease a little bit, and that's it. I mean, details I'll add them in the future. So maybe 8. How about that? Yeah, I think that's more like it. That's more like it. And now the rupee is not really facing me. How's that? Yeah, I think that's okay. Now let's try with the heart. Let's see how the heart looks if I rupee. I haven't done that. So let's be consistent with the namings. It will help me later on when the code becomes quite lengthy and confusing. But I need to. Where is Octorok? Yeah, this is not the best way to do things. I'm aware. I'm gonna have to change some of these things. Rupee. Huh? Argument is missing. Yeah, it's missing. Of course it is. Or prefab. Save. Compile. And my Octorok. Little Octorok. Be assigned once again. Rupee blue. Rupee yellow. Heart. How's that? The thing with the heart, I need to fix this camera. I need to fix this camera. I want to see these things from the front. Okay. From this angle, you can see, oh yeah, that's a heart. I need to make it flicker blue and red. Um, um, but maybe the heart should actually be facing me, like the billboarding that I was talking about. So maybe the heart actually needs the billboarding more than the rupee ever did. I'm gonna add it to it. And now that I've seen that the heart actually flickers between blue and red, I need to go back to Magika. We'll go back to Magika and make a copy of the heart. Blue, heart, blue, and I think it was like a dark blue. Once again, let's go back to the video quickly, real quick, real quick. Just want to see what kind of blue are we talking about. Feels like the. I already had the waterfall. The waterfall is kind of looking good in my game. I look, it's here on the back. It looks better once the game is running. So that I have. I need to make this, man. A lot of voxels, a lot of art upcoming, coming up. Yep, keep going. Yep, yep, yep. It's like there. Yeah, it's like a dark blue. I'm sure it's the same blue as the Lionels. Do I have the actual? They didn't put it here in this bright map. Like, it's this one, but it's not. Normally here, see, like this is really useful for me because I use all these to create the cycles, the colors, the palettes when you get damage. And here, see, they only have like the red heart. So strange. They didn't put the blue one, even though it's definitely a blue one here. Anyway, tiny details. We said that we're gonna take on those later. So I'm sure it's. So let's see how it looks. Or is it this one? I think this one's better. It's a bit brighter. Save, export, heart. Nice. All right, let's do that. Let's give it that effect to the heart. And I need to import it to my project. Blue. It's gonna come in here with the other heart. And then need to add that animator that I did with the rupee. This one too. But as I remembered, it's not in the prefab itself, it's in the default section of it. So here I need a frame animator. It's gonna be 12 frames per second. I think I did the other one. And it's really just gonna be flickering between the red heart mesh and the blue heart mesh. There. Now, let's give it a go. There you go. Look at that. Looks great. Actually looks really good. And the heart is actually facing me. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I like it. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. Okay, nice. Very nice. Supposed to be another Octorok. Where is it? It's gone. Okay. Yeah, I think there's no. Yeah, there is one enemy somewhere. Where is the enemy? Oh, oh, he's gone. He's totally gone. Oh, looks all the way over here. Gonna go hunt him down. Gonna hunt him down, man. It's going down. Also, there you go. Die! You know what? I think at some point I also need to start thinking of how am I gonna divide the sections here. So I have a plan to spawn certain enemies in certain locations like the game does, but I also need a plan for containing them there. As you can see, I spawn the enemy here, but if left to their own devices, they're going to start walking everywhere. And that, I don't kind of want that. Zora's shooting me from there. So I'm going to have to put some invisible walls or some kind of logic to prevent that from happening. Look, the hearts looks kind of cool. They really stand out. They really stand out. How about the rupee? The rupee yellow from the distance. Just one rupee here. Yeah, they stand out, doesn't it? I love it. No, this is going well. It's going well. And the last prefab I need to test is the bomb. So we're going to test the bomb. Prefab. Save. Perfect. Bomb prefab, right? Save. Compile. Nice. Okay, the bomb seems static now that it doesn't have the billboarding. Is that a good size? It's kind of huge, but in the original game, the bomb is pretty huge when you compare it with Link's size. So I think it's actually quite accurate with the original game. So this will be the bomb that you pick up, and then becomes part of your inventory, and then you can use it as as a weapon and like to discover secrets, so on and so forth. All right, so we're making some real good progress here. Let's see, what else in the loot table? So what's next? The clock and the fairy. That's all. Yeah. It's really just that. Let's work on that then. Yeah, I'm in Japan actually for whomever watching. It's getting close to midnight and I have to go to work tomorrow. So maybe I'll just do one more thing. Let's work on the fairy. She's quite cute. Probably the most elaborated of all these loot pieces. Let's try to do a good job. And it has a flying sequence. You know, again, judging from this video. Check it out. So it's up and down, up and down, up and down. And I actually probably have the two frames. It's right here. So this is what I need to make. So this is going to be my point of reference. Let's go. The only thing that moves is the white bits. She is still. And the legs like there, it's like so cute. I love pixel art. I just freaking love pixel art. It's so cool. Okay. Right, so that was a heart. Now let's go back to loot. I'm gonna copy the rupee. Copy. And it's gonna be the fairy. I'm gonna make a new folder for her. Put folder fairy save. Let's assume that this is about the same size. So let me just keep an eye on this. It's the same color palette as the Octorok. So this is the Octorok. I have it all saved here, all ready to go. So first, as always, start with the two-dimensional model. So just really following. I'm gonna do this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Change colors. The other foot. Very sexy. It's a nice, cute pose right there. Little fairy. Is it Navi? You think? Maybe like very early first version of Navi, who later on start nagging you wherever you go. And then like this. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna need more space. I'm gonna put 20. Give more space. Like that. I didn't need that much space. And then there's right here, like a T shape. And then T-shape connects to here, continues here, 1, 2. There's white, got it. Okay, and then the next is just filling in these gaps here. Very cool. Okay, here. 1, 2, the hand, the other hand, like this. There you go. So that's it, and then that's just the wings. This one is just 3 pixels down. I need some space. Right, so white, right? So the other wing goes here. 1, 2, 3. One across. 1, 2, 3. Fill in the gap. That's it. That's her. Yep. Right, but that's the the two-dimensional version of her. So now we just need to make it three-dimensional. So we're going to follow the same technique. Bring her to the center. Oops. Select the whole thing. Bring it to the center. With some might be a little bit too thick. Not in a good way. Too thick. No, it's okay. Let's go because I'll be able to give more roundness if I do. So we do. I don't know. Let's see what happens. So now start with the head. It's way too big. Way too big. Way too big. Way too big. All this is way too big. I still feel like this is still way too big. No, 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 no. These wings look really weird in 3D. Right. Um, it's still too thick. All this should be very. No. Hmm. Oh, still very boxy. Very boxy. Let's keep going. like that, and of course it has a face on the back right now, so that's not good. Oops, leave that. So what if I now do this? And a copy. What flip on Z? No, Y. So if this is gonna be the front, actually, this is gonna be the front. No, let's just leave it there. This is the front, so this is the back. So in the back, there shouldn't be a face. It should be hair. So all these need to be. Those are like the like antenna or something. Right? Like I need to paint here this, and I guess this is her back. It's like wearing like a leotard or something. Looks kind of weird. Not 100% on board yet. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. That's, this is weird. This is what is this? This is her arm, and her arm, yeah, just like that, right? Or is it like sticking forward, like the little hand, and then maybe this can be just no. Oh, that's her butt. No, it's not her butt. Her butt's there, like that. Yep. The little leg is in a weird position, but that's the way it's in the game, so it's gonna stay like that. Now, maybe chest. I don't know. Do I need to do this? Square boobies? No, I don't know. It's kind of weird. But if I do that, I know. What is that? Like this? Nah. No, the face is this. I don't know what this is. The chest, I guess. The belly, the leg. Okay, and the hair on the back is kind of strange. The wing. No, I guess on the back the wings should be more visible, right? Like the wings should be here. So I'm gonna attach some white blocks here, try to make like a wing. A bit more prominent in the back. That's how fairy wings work, right? Yeah. Like this. The thing is that then the wings, I'm gonna have to animate them, so I gotta be careful what I do with them here. Look, look. I mean, not terrible. Little head a bit smaller. It's very luscious hair down here. It's like, what is this? Okie dokie. Yeah. Look, once again, this is okay for now. In my, yeah, I'll work on it at some other, where did I save it? Zelda loot fairy, there she is. Because that's one frame, I need to do the other one. So I'm just gonna duplicate fairy 2, fairy 2. And the whole deal is that the wing is different. So only the wing is flapping. So looks in this one looks like the wing is more elevated. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna delete, erase some like this part, and then attach some stuff like some like bigger wing movement, motion, kind of like up here, and maybe even erase here. Paint this one right here. Yeah, erase. And similarly with this wing, I'm gonna erase the ones down here, or you can just change to hair, like a really long hair, and erase this, lift the wing a little bit, so touch, need to make like more wing stuff here. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick. How fast is she flapping her wings? Pretty fast. Look, once again, I think it's okay. So I'm gonna flip, 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 save, flip, save, and we're gonna export like that, put it in the game, see what it looks like, and if we need to modify that, we can modify it maybe tomorrow or something. Fairy, we're gonna export fairy, and we're gonna export fairy 2, right? And then bring them back to the game, to the Magika models, loot, create folder, fairy, fairy, close this, it's not in the way. So, perfect. Now, fairy is kind of elevated from the ground, and maybe her would be nice, it would be facing Link, but you will never see the back part of her, which is fine. Let's see, fairy, why is it facing that way? I thought I fixed, I know what I did. Okay, sorry. No, what I need to do is not flip on Z is to flip on Z. Fairy, fairy, and flip on Z. No, not on Z. Flip on Y. Save. Flip on Y. Save. Export again. This one too. Export. Once again. Once again. Delete. There you go. Okay, and there she is. How cute. She's adorable. She's freaking adorable, man. Nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I think the size is also pretty good because she's gonna be floating around and she's gonna be a little bit um, elevated. Is that enough? Is that good elevation right there? Yeah, because still within Link's hitbox, so that's fine. It's not on the floor. Yeah, that's great. All right, with that, I'm gonna save for her in origin, but one elevated here, and then make a prefab here, here, and now the other version of the fairy as well. Similarly, I don't know why she's all the way over there. Try again. Fairy 2. Yep, the one flapping the wings, so that one too needs to be elevated by 1. Place it at the origin. Make a prefab. Where is the fairy? Fairy 2. There. Got it. And then I'm gonna add frame animator on default. So you will have fairy mesh 1 and 2. So the two versions of the fairy that we just made, flapping the wings. And it's gonna be doing that. 12 seems to be a good frame per second for all these elements that we're making here. Okay. Right. Okay, so she's made, but now I need to connect it to the code. Public in Yeah. Okay, so this is just temporary. I'm not gonna wire this to each enemy manually. So what I'm gonna do is in the enemy mappings. So this one applies to all enemies. So in here, depending on which enemy it is, I'm gonna be assigning the possible loot that they can drop based on this table here. Right? So I'm gonna assign the appropriate enemies, the appropriate loot that they can drop. I'm gonna randomize it. Depending on how lucky you are, you'll get some loot or nothing at all, because that can only happen. That can also happen. But right now, I'm just gonna test my prefabs. So what I'm gonna do? Grab my trusty Octorok. Trusty Octorok. Where is my Octorok? Here. Assign the fairy prefab. There. And go back to the code. Instead of bomb prefab, is fairy prefab. Let's see. Yeah, it's just gonna spawn it because she's gonna have to be moving around later on. So I need to give her that behavior. Some a tiny bit of AI. There she is. You know what? Why is she on the floor? I know why. I know why. Hmm. Transform position. Hmm. I'll have to elevate this later. In Y. Position point Y. For position X. Position Y. All right. Well, I'll have to, yeah, something like this. Angle is not an angle. It's just a vector. I need to add a one up. But I need to spawn this correctly anyway. But in the meantime, it's awesome because now we have rupees, bombs, hearts, fairies. They spawn when you kill an enemy. Still, I need to add the logic, the randomness, and the fairy flying around and disappearing after a while. I need to apply that to all the enemies based on this table right here, like I said. So yeah, and I need to make this clock. But guys, it's already, as you can see, it's 11:45 p.m. I gotta wake up early tomorrow. I gotta go to work, but I'll continue working on this. I've been working on this every day. Like my goal here is to every day push the ball forward. When you're beginning a project of this magnitude with limited time, but a lot of passion, the best thing that you can do is really be on it. So if you can do 10 minutes, only 10 minutes today, do those 10 minutes. Open the editor, open the code, just look at it, refactor whatever it is, move the ball forward even if it's a little bit. That has been my philosophy and the way I do things. Right before I started this game, I made another one called Treasure of Tarmin, a remake as well from a very old game. That one took me 6 months, but the good thing about that is that I was able to every day do something. Every day do something. Of course, some days I was able to put like 3 hours, 4 hours on a weekend or something. Some days I was able just to put like 15 minutes. But what I wanted to accomplish is that the consistency. That's the hard part. It's not the code, it's not the art, it's the consistency, in my opinion. What really brings a project forward, right? And we tend to, I think I tend to, or used to, overestimate what I could do in one day, but underestimate what I could do in a year. Like if you keep it up for 1 year, every day working even a tiny bit on a project, I think it applies for anything. You can make a lot of project progress in a year. So look, it's been 1 month. In 1 month of not even part time, I'm gonna say, because I just work on this whenever I can. I think I've done quite a bit of progress. I mean, honestly, before I started, I didn't know how long it was gonna take me to even make the world, and the world was made in within a week. Surprisingly, why? Because when you look at it, it's a simple game. At the end of the day, these are the same prefab, just repeated 1800 times. Change the palette, and you have the other bush. Similar for these rocks, the what are they called, the snail rocks. What needed a bit more work was things like that, right? Like the dungeons, because they're all a tiny bit different. But it was fun. It was really fun. So doing this part was great. The hard part of the map was Dead Mountain by far, because Dead Mountain has elevations. So this map in 2D it's okay, but in 3D it doesn't make any sense because you have a waterfall here, and waterfalls, obviously needs to flow down. But the way the map looks like in 2D, it's like it doesn't match the elevation at where it should be. So I had to like use some tricks in there, kind of like do ramps, because you go up and then ramp down and you go over these stairs kind of thing. So yeah, it's just like solve the little problems that come up and enjoy that, enjoy the process. I'm really sad that this is not going to be able to be put out there when it's done, but hey, you never know. So right, so well, thank you for the people who were here tonight. That's it's really cool. Hopefully, it was interesting enough. And I think on the weekend I'm gonna do some other work on it. And stay tuned. My goal is to finish this game completely, like replicate the whole freaking thing in in this style. So yeah. Anyway, so have a good night. See you later.